Tejal here today, and today I'm going to be talking about something that's quite personal. I recently lost my pet bird of 7 years, and she was very near and dear to my heart, and it was a very unexpected death. She was relatively healthy, not quite sure what happened, and for anybody who's known me or has seen my interaction with my bird, Millie, I was very attached to her, as most people are to their pets. So she was definitely a part of my family and someone that I loved very dearly. I don't think a day went by where I probably didn't kiss her probably 50 times and tell her I love her probably another 50 times. So for many of you who have either dealt with the loss of a pet or even dealt with the loss of someone that you cared about quite profoundly, it can be a very unsettling feeling, especially when it's a sudden passing. I actually was not in town when my bird passed away, so it was even a little bit more of a shock because I wasn't with her when she passed away. So naturally the thought would have came into my mind, what if I was around? Maybe I could have picked up on her nuances. If she was acting different, I could have taken her to the vet, yada, yada, yada. All those what ifs start coming through your head. And I realized main reason why these what ifs came into my mind is because I wanted some sort of closure. I wish I had the opportunity maybe to know, or maybe for me to have said goodbye. And then when I think about it, I realize that death, unless it is someone or your pet is suffering through illness for quite some time, death is always something that's unexpected. There's no preparation for death. And I realized when I was thinking about it that I spent the time that I had with Millie really doting her and showing her a lot of love. I took care of her, and we had a wonderful chemistry, wonderful time together, and we've expressed love to each other in very deep and profound ways that I know that she's felt, and I felt very much so. And we get so fixated on, I need to be able to say goodbye. I wish I had the final time to say what I needed to say. The biggest way to overcome that regret is living each moment, expressing our love, compassion, and expressing how we feel to the people that we care about the most and to our animals. So if we live with that sort of love, there's never that regret at the end of the transformation of their life or a person's life. Once they pass away, you'll always have that knowledge and knowing that you gave them as much love and they knew it while they were still alive. One really interesting thing that I noticed myself doing pretty much probably 3 to 4 months prior to Millie passing was I started looking in her eyes and we started making this connection. And I can't really explain the depth of that connection, but there was definitely a deeper understanding when we were in each other's presence and we really connected with each other. After I got my Reiki certification, they say that you can do it on animals, and I could not believe the connection that we felt when I was pushing energy into her cage, and I could feel the vibrations, and I could actually sense her receiving it, because she would go from being happy-go-lucky to being calm and yawning and being really relaxed. So it was a really interesting feeling when I felt connected to her in that manner. And going back to that, I recently watched a movie, Life of Pi, and for those of you who haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. It's a really magnificent story, and also I think the effects that they used were phenomenal. I wish I had watched it in the theaters because my Blu-ray, I feel like, didn't do it justice considering it was on such a small screen. But regardless of that fact, there was a scene, and I don't want to ruin the movie, but there was a scene where the narrator talks about his connection that he had with an animal. And at the time when the animal and him were parting, it was kind of an unexpected parting. And the animal looked forward without looking back, without making connection or acknowledging the ending of their duration of time together. And the narrator just speaks about how he wished he could have thanked that animal or had that closure. But when you look at the movie and their interaction of how they had kind of helped each other, you realize that at that moment, that animal was living and helping and breathing and all about the person, that, you know, all about the narrator. But then at the moment when it was time to split ways and time for a change and time to move on, animal just looked forward without looking back and kept trudging through. So that's something I felt that we can learn from animals, is that we always analyze future, past, and are never really just present in the moment. And animals really live moment by moment, moment by moment, and they don't look back. They don't necessarily need acknowledgement or closure. They just allow whatever is in front of them and allow their life to just be. So that was something I felt that was really interesting, that I feel like we all could learn from. That let's let go of the need to have closure, and the way that we could remove the whole idea of regret or not having things said that we wish we said is by living each moment, by expressing love to those that matter to us, those that we may not even know, and especially our near and dear pets. They are the only ones who teach us how to express love without words. They don't understand the words, I love you. They understand your embrace. They understand your tone of voice. They understand the vibrations that you feel. And humans are no different. So try to give that unconditional love that you give to your pets to your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your family member, and see how unconditional love can grow. So talk to you guys later, and I hope you enjoy this. Bye-bye.